now was I was in hospital and I had been a bit strange for a while, which covers a whole multitude of sins. I was picked up by the mental health by my parents, who realised that there was something wrong, and I was in hospital here in Taree, and I was told by the doctor, and I realised that I had a mental illness. When was in 2007. My reality became a bit warped. I was talking to people and things that other people couldn't see, and as a result I was acting very erratic, and people didn't understand why, because they couldn't see what I could see. To me at the time it was very real. As for my reality now, it's a lot more stable. If you met me in the street, you wouldn't know there was anything wrong with me. So I'm on medication, my symptoms are well managed, and I haven't had a problem for a few years now. For a while you live the diagnosis, you self-diagnose, you self-stigmatise, you tell yourself that there's something wrong with you or whatever, and it takes a long time to get to the point where you can say, yes, I did have a break of my reality, but I'm okay. And the emotional part of that as well is something you have to settle at some point too, because it is a very emotional experience. How it's affected my relationships. I'm a lot closer to my parents now than I ever have been. I feel like I have more empathy, more compassion for others, because I understand that life isn't always happy, and if someone's acting a bit strange or a bit unhappy, it's got more to do with them handling something or not knowing how to handle something than it's got to do with you and how you handle and how you're interacting with them. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Once I tell people, some people treat me with a lot of respect, and I do tend to have a lot of people say I'm courageous and are quite supportive. But then there are others who, for example in the workplace, at other places where I've worked, people have not understood my needs, and other people, it's like I can perform pretty well at work and I can cover up my symptoms quite well, so you wouldn't know there was anything, you wouldn't know I had schizophrenia unless I told you. And some people can't handle that, and they seem to think that there's something wrong with them if you've got an illness and you're able to function on a pretty high level. Some people can't handle that. My support today is I'm a Rotarian, and Rotary is very supportive of me. I get along well with the people who I'm at Rotary with, and we do have a mental health foundation that we give donations to, so there is a general awareness within Rotary, I believe. I see a counsellor who's a trained psychologist, and she's very good help, especially when I'm feeling vulnerable. I see my psychiatrist regularly, every 3 months, and I always stay on my medication. I never stop it. I never, because I know part of being well is staying on my medication. I have a support worker through Flourish, which is a new they're an old organisation, but they've got a new name, and I find my support worker there very helpful, and she's someone who I can go to if I need to bounce ideas off or check that what I'm perceiving is helpful or not. And I've got good family support, and my friends are all helpful people. Schizophrenia and other mental illnesses have touched a lot of lives, and people are scared to talk about it, but once they know that you've got some insider knowledge, people are a lot more open and a lot more caring. That's what I've found from being open, and that's why I am open. Also, if you're not open about something, you're saying it's okay to treat people badly because, you're justifying it. And in darkness things grow. But if you talk about it, then you can check your reality with other people. Other people will have the opportunity to be supportive. And that's why I'm doing this, because if you're open about it, it breaks down the taboo, it breaks down the stigma, it makes people more understanding, more caring. That's my feeling anyway. When I was in hospital, I went in voluntarily and I was able to do volunteer work during the week. I went to 2 Bob Radio and was a volunteer presenter with them for 5 months. It took me to get back to work. I worked for the Society of St. Vincent de Paul in their shop and they were very supportive. I had friends in town who I often visited. Same with medication, eating well, exercise, being mindful that how you act and behave and think and talk all impacts upon other people. So you have to be aware that if you're angry, you don't take it out on other people. And there is a grieving that happens, because you go through life thinking you're okay and suddenly you're not. And you have to be aware of your vulnerabilities a lot more when you've got a mental illness. But I find that if I sleep well, if I eat well, if I don't get anxious about anything, and that's just being a bit about emotionally aware, socially aware, just knowing your limitations. And with me, I've got helpful neighbours as well, so if they see my light on late at night, they'll ask me in the morning if I was okay, and we often talk about it, which is very helpful. I'm lucky with my neighbours. Other people don't always understand, and you have to realise that some people have never come across mental illness, or they have not dealt well with it in their own families. So those sort of people are very unhelpful. There is a grieving process. You do get very hurt when you've got schizophrenia, and a lot of what you're experiencing may not be real for other people, but the experience itself is actually very real for the person going through it. And the fear is very real, and as far as the person going through mental illness is concerned, they have something very real to be scared of. So they do show all the symptoms of being scared. They do go through trauma, and all that associated with intense fear. So awareness, I think, is the key to recovery, and other people being aware that what you're going through is what you're going through without judgment. Yeah, it helps. I'm about to go to Japan, so I'm very excited about that because I've never been to Asia before. I love travelling and I'd love to do a lot more travel. I'm trying to write books at the moment, but we'll see how far I get because it requires a lot of self-discipline and time. I'm trying to turn into a gardener. Plants die if you don't water them. I discovered this a few weeks ago. And I've got a dog who I adore, and he keeps on digging up the plants that I keep on trying to plant, and yeah, we've got different ideas as to what vegetable gardens are used for.